No one is coming to save you. That's why you must become someone worth respecting. A meaningful life is not one without suffering. It is a life where suffering is faced voluntarily with responsibility and honesty. Meaning emerges when you decide to carry a burden that gives structure to your existence. Before you try to fix the world, you must first put your own life in order. Clean your room. Organize your habits. Speak truthfully. Small acts of responsibility compound into character. Truth is not merely a preference, it is a moral responsibility. When you lie, even in small ways, you distort reality, and reality always demands payment. Treat yourself as someone you are responsible for helping. That means discipline, not indulgence. Honesty, not excuses. Courage, not avoidance. Life is tragic by nature, but that does not make it meaningless. Strength is born when you accept suffering without resentment and transform it into purpose. You are far more powerful than you think, but that power only reveals itself when you stop blaming others and start acting responsibly. The things you avoid accumulate interest. Confront them early, speak clearly, and act decisively, or they will grow until they dominate your life. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom, it is the price you pay to earn it. Character is not built in comfort, it is forged through voluntary struggle, sustained effort, and truthful speech. Do not measure yourself against others. Measure yourself against the person you were yesterday, and aim to be slightly better tomorrow. Take responsibility for your life. That's where meaning begins, and where chaos slowly turns into order. If you want your life to improve, stop waiting for motivation and start carrying the weight you've been avoiding. Life is suffering, but suffering with purpose is what makes you strong instead of bitter. Discipline is not about punishment. It's about respecting your future self. Clean up what you can control, speak the truth you're afraid to say, and watch your confidence grow. You don't find meaning by chasing happiness. You find it by becoming useful. Stand up straight, take responsibility, and act as if what you do actually matters, because it does. The goal isn't to be fearless. The goal is to move forward despite fear. Small acts of order, repeated daily, are how you build a life worth living. If you want to change the world, start by fixing the smallest part of it, yourself. Life is difficult. That's not a mistake, and it's not an injustice. It's the fundamental condition of being human. But here's the truth most people avoid. Meaning is not something you find, it's something you build. You build it by taking responsibility for your own life. Not tomorrow, not when things are easier, right now. When you willingly shoulder the burden you've been running from, chaos begins to retreat. Order emerges. And in that process, you don't just improve your life. You become someone stronger, someone more reliable, someone worthy of respect. You're going to suffer. Everyone does. The question is not whether pain will come, but whether your pain will destroy you or shape you. If you carry suffering without purpose, it turns into resentment. But if you accept it voluntarily, if you aim at something meaningful, then suffering becomes fuel. It sharpens your character, it gives you depth, it teaches you that you are far more capable than you ever imagined. Discipline is not about being harsh with yourself, it's about honesty. It's about admitting where you are weak, where you've been irresponsible, and where you've been lying to yourself and to others. When you speak the truth and act in alignment with it, your life starts to organize itself. Confidence doesn't come from pretending to be strong. It comes from knowing you can rely on yourself when things get difficult. Stop asking what will make you happy. Happiness is fleeting and unreliable. Instead, ask a better question. How can I be useful? Because when you become useful, your life gains weight. Your actions matter. You matter. Meaning comes from contribution, not comfort. And the more responsibility you take on, the stronger and more resilient you become. You don't transform your life with grand gestures. You do it through small, disciplined actions repeated every day. Clean up your space. Improve one habit. Fix one mistake. These small acts of order accumulate. Over time, they become the foundation of a life that can withstand pressure, uncertainty, and failure. That's how you build something solid. That's how you build yourself. At some point, you will be forced to confront chaos, unexpected failure, loss, or uncertainty. When that moment comes, you'll discover whether you've been preparing or merely avoiding responsibility. Chaos does not ask for your permission. It arrives unannounced. But if you've disciplined yourself, if you've told the truth, cleaned up your life, and aimed at something meaningful, you won't break. You'll adapt. And that's the difference between those who collapse under pressure and those who rise. Courage is not loud. It's not arrogance. It's the quiet decision to speak the truth when silence would be easier. Every lie you tell weakens you. Every truth you speak strengthens your spine. Over time, truth aligns your mind, your words, and your actions. And when those three are aligned, you become dangerous in the best possible way. Competent, grounded, and impossible to manipulate. Do not wait for life to force responsibility onto you, because it will, and it will be brutal. Instead, choose responsibility voluntarily. Choose it while you still have the freedom to do so. That voluntary choice transforms burden into purpose. It turns obligation into meaning. And meaning is what allows you to endure the weight of existence without becoming resentful or cynical. Ask yourself a simple question. Would I respect the person I am today? If the answer is no, that's not a condemnation. It's an invitation. An invitation to aim higher, to act with integrity, to stop betraying yourself in small ways. Self-respect is built through action, not affirmation. You earn it by doing difficult things consistently, especially when no one is watching. This is not about quick wins or overnight success. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle responsibility over the long term. Strength compounds, character compounds. Every honest day, every disciplined choice, every courageous act stacks upon the last. And one day, you wake up and realize you are no longer fragile. You are capable. You are steady. You are someone who can face the world without flinching. Every human being lives on the border between order and chaos. Too much order and life becomes rigid and lifeless. Too much chaos and everything collapses. Your task is to stand at that boundary and bring order where you can. Not everywhere, not all at once. Start with what's closest to you. Your habits, your words, your commitments. When you do that, you don't just stabilize your own life, you become a source of stability for others. Every day you are making choices, whether you admit it or not. And those choices shape you. You are not defined by what you say you believe, but by what you repeatedly do. Discipline is simply the willingness to choose what is meaningful over what is expedient. It is choosing the long-term good over short-term comfort. And that choice, repeated daily, is what builds a life of substance. Set your aim carefully. If you aim too low, you may succeed and still feel empty. Aim at the highest good you can imagine. Aim at becoming truthful, competent, and responsible. When your aim is high enough, even your failures will teach you something valuable. But when your aim is shallow, even your victories will feel hollow. Modern culture worships excitement, novelty, and instant gratification. But a meaningful life is built on endurance, on the ability to carry responsibility day after day without applause. Real strength is quiet. It shows up early. It does the work. And it keeps going long after motivation fades. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be extraordinary. You need to be honest. You need to be disciplined. And you need to be willing to take responsibility for your own existence. If you do that, if you speak the truth, aim upward and accept the weight of life voluntarily, you will discover something profound. You are far stronger than you think. And your life, no matter how chaotic it once was, can be shaped into something meaningful. One of the greatest dangers you will face is not failure, it's self-deception. It's telling yourself stories to justify weakness, avoidance, and resentment. You always know when you're doing it. And every time you betray that inner voice, you lose a little respect for yourself. The path forward begins the moment you stop lying, especially to yourself. People think responsibility is a burden that limits freedom. But the opposite is true. Responsibility is what gives your life structure, direction, and dignity. Without it, freedom becomes chaos. With it, freedom becomes meaningful. When you take responsibility for your actions, your time, and your character, you stop being a victim of circumstance, and you become an agent in your own life. Inside every human being is a shadow. Anger, bitterness, aggression, fear. Pretending it doesn't exist doesn't make you virtuous. It makes you weak. Strength comes from recognizing your capacity for destruction and choosing to aim it towards something constructive. A harmless person is not a good person. A controlled, disciplined person is. You cannot hear your conscience in constant noise. If you never slow down, never reflect, never sit alone with your thoughts, you will drift. Silence is not emptiness. It's where clarity emerges. It's where you confront who you really are and who you need to become. At the end of your life, what will matter is not how comfortable you were, but how you carried responsibility. Did you tell the truth when it was difficult? Did you stand up when it mattered? Did you make life better for at least one person? A meaningful life is not measured by pleasure, but by the weight of responsibility you were willing to bear. Every day you were standing at a crossroads. One path is easy, comfortable, and familiar. The other is difficult, demanding, and uncertain. The easy path asks nothing from you, but it takes everything in return. The hard path demands effort, discipline, and courage, but it gives you something priceless, self-respect. And self-respect is the foundation of a meaningful life. The world does not need more opinions. It needs more reliable people. People who keep their word. People who show up when things are difficult. People whose presence reduces chaos instead of amplifying it. Aim to become someone others can depend on. In doing so, you will discover that you can finally depend on yourself. Most of the victories that matter will never be celebrated publicly. No applause, no recognition, just you doing what needs to be done. And that's enough, because the real victory is internal. It's knowing that you did not abandon yourself.